This is the first real chapter of my story. And I want to start by saying this clearly. I wasn't in danger. I was invisible. I was born into a family that loved me, truly loved me, but was already carrying more grief than anyone should have to. When my mom was pregnant with me, her younger sister died in a car crash. She was so young. She left behind 2 daughters. And that loss settled into our home long before I ever took my first breath. My dad struggled with what people back then called nerves. But now I know it was anxiety and mental health challenges. It wasn't his fault. It wasn't a lack of love. It was life. Heavy, unpredictable, and far bigger than any of us. For a while, I was Daddy's little girl. His soft spot. His comfort. But as I grew older, especially around 12, the weight of everything he carried made him quieter. More distant. Not because he stopped loving me, but because he was overwhelmed by his own storms. At home, my sister ruled the roost. She didn't just bully me. She bullied my parents too. Her voice filled every room, every moment. Every bit of attention my parents had left. And in all that noise, I learned to shrink myself. To stay quiet. To stay small. To keep the peace. So I learned to hide my sadness behind a mask. I became the sweet girl who would give away her last sweet. The one who made people smile. The one who offered hugs, comfort, and a shoulder to cry on. I learned to be the person everyone else needed. Because no one could see what I needed through the mask. People loved the version of me that made everything feel lighter. They loved the girl who held everyone else together. But because they only saw the smile, the hugs never came back my way. Not even when my own heart was breaking. This is the girl I was. The girl who learned to survive by disappearing. The girl who grew up in a house full of love and grief at the same time. And this is only the beginning. In the next chapter, I'll share the part of my story that didn't happen inside my home. The part where I became a target long before I understood what was happening to me. But for now, this is the girl who learned to survive. Thank you for listening to this chapter of my story. It means more than you know. These early parts of my life shaped so much of who I became. And sharing them isn't about sympathy. It's about understanding the roots of why I'm building this space. If anything in this episode resonated with you, if you grew up feeling invisible, or like you had to be the strong one long before you were ready, just know you're not alone here. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for holding this space with me. If you'd like to stay with me through the rest of this journey, you can. Subscribe to follow the series. Like this video if it helped you feel seen. And share it with someone who might need a gentle place to land. This community is growing one honest story at a time. And I'm grateful you're part of it. I'll see you in the next chapter. The child who was targeted.